Hello everyone and welcome back to a Canary Islands and Tenerife news update. It's been a little while since we've done our last one, but there is a bit of information to run through. Importantly, the weather, of course, the Easter holidays coming up as well. I'm going to talk about the weather, a few of the festivities that are going on, some other general news that might be important to you. So if you are new, a big welcome. I am Andrew. I do live here in Los Cristianos in Tenerife. If you're returning, welcome back. Let's jump straight into the news and give you all the information. Okay, so I am going to start with the all-important question, and that is the weather. It is absolutely stunning today. We are in the middle of a heat wave. It's currently 33 degrees. We've got a few weather warnings in place with it being so hot, but it's absolutely stunning this week leading up to Easter. It is set to continue, but this week in particular, we've also got forest fire warnings because of the intense heat, how dry it is. We've got some winds coming in as well. But very, very nice though, I will say. Everyone down at the beaches. So AMET has activated 22 weather warnings for extreme temperatures, wind, and also a little bit of haze as well, as you can see. La Gomera not super clear. That is down to the Kalima that's coming with it. So it is quite a dry heat. We did reach 35 degrees yesterday. I was at the airport. Couldn't believe it, how hot it was. So if you are on your way over for Easter, look forward to good weather. I will warn you all though, I've seen so many people out on the promenade burnt to a crisp. Please make sure you put on your factor 30 minimum. I recommend factor 50. There is so many people burnt out there, it's not good. Also as well important, make sure you stay hydrated, keep drinking your water. It is very hot and it's very dry at the moment. I can feel it in my hands and everything. Very, very dry heat. And make sure you cool off, get in the shade. If you're down on the beach, make sure you get an umbrella. It's very, very strong, the sun at the moment. I can feel it on my neck, very, very intense. So with that, as I mentioned, they have put on alerts for forest fires as well. Let's fingers crossed we don't get any of those, but there's a potential for that too. In other general news, I picked out this one with Ryanair. It's opened its new 185 million base in Tenerife with 2 brand new planes as well. The airline has launched 3 new routes, increased the number of flights with 8 more, and employed 60 members of staff as well. So fantastic news there for the airport. I travelled through it recently. It was rammed, extremely busy, but it did run quite efficiently. There was a big queue to get through the Brexit gates into the you know, where the gates where the UK flights go from. Get your passport stamped. There was a big queue, and I thought it was going to take a long time, but to be fair, it moved very quickly. I was through it within 5 minutes. But it is busy in there. Don't expect to just get food or a coffee and things. It's not guaranteed, depending on when you fly. Very, very busy, but great for the Canaries. More Ryanair flights. They're always full when I go on them. People complain about them left, right and centre. Every Ryanair flight I go on is full to the rafters, so they can't be that bad. So yeah, that is good news. More people coming over and spending their money here in the Canaries. Also this week, you may have seen on the channel, we've had the big carnival here in Arona, including the fair as well. So we had the fairground for a week. We had the stages set up in the middle of Los Cristianos. We had the big parade yesterday as well. 1,800 dancers and groups of thousands of residents and tourists line the streets to watch it all going on. The burial of the sardine on the beach. We had fireworks going off as well. It really was a brilliant celebration, and the fairground was always full whenever I went past through the week. Nice and busy, so it was good to get them some support as well. And I think overall it went very, very well. I didn't hear of any trouble, nothing like that. So that was fantastic news as well. Talking of Easter, it has gone crazy for reservations. Holiday bookings for Easter week currently stand at 79.3% occupancy in Tenerife, according to data from the hoteliers, and that is set to continue to rise. Regarding the different areas of the island, the south of Tenerife is registering the highest occupancy with an average of 82%, while the north is at 74%. That's absolutely fantastic. I think that will continue to go on. If anyone's thinking of booking a last-minute trip, get yourself booked. Gorgeous weather. Everything's still here. All the bargain restaurants, the bargain drinks, it's still all here, the value. So get yourself booked, get yourself over. I think the main struggle will probably be trying to find accommodation. But fantastic news for us. I think we're going to be in for a busy few weeks, the first couple of weeks of April. If you're thinking of doing excursions, hiring a car, anything like that, book it in advance is my biggest recommendation. Restaurants as well. The restaurants are still very busy at night time. Even with this little drop off we've got before Easter, So many of them are full when I go past. Line outside, make your reservations for your favourite restaurants, especially if you want to eat at those peak times, 8, half 8, 9 o'clock, make those reservations. Another interesting bit of news this week as well, we do have a new Minister for Tourism for Spain, and he is actually from Tenerife. So he was actually brought up in Guia de Azora in the south. So hopefully, you know, he knows exactly how important tourism is to the island. Hopefully we might see some good changes. I think, you know, there might be a few people in Spain not too happy with that, with it being Canary Islands. You know, will we get priority? I doubt it. But let's hope that this one has a little bit more nous and it makes a few changes that are needed, and, you know, understands just how important tourism is. Because being here, growing up here in the south, I'm sure he will have seen that, hopefully. There is some people who are in denial as to how important tourism is to the islands. It's massive. So that was the other little bit of news. We'll see if anything changes with him. Is he going to bring anything in, do any radical changes? We'll see. I doubt it, but you never know. And also, in terms of Easter, there is, of course, various different celebrations and parades going on. I'm going to leave a link in the description so you can find those out. There is the big one here in South Tenerife up in Adeki. That goes on Good Friday every year. It is a big parade through the town. It's fantastic. If you can go to it, get yourself up there. You might need to get a taxi or go quite early. It's difficult to park at times, maybe jump on the bus, but it's really good. If you get a chance to go and do it, do keep an eye out for any of the Easter celebrations. If you're into all of that, I will try and leave a link in the description with it all detailed. I'm still trying to find one which gives times and everything. You can see it's hot because I'm absolutely dripping here. It is sweltering here. Now, I did find another article here as well. Airport ground staff strikes in Spain to hit Easter travel. Swissport ground staff have announced a series of strikes. They announced them back in February, and it could affect some of Easter. Airport ground staff have been striking every Monday, Tuesday and Thursday since February the 27th, and are set to continue until April the 13th, affecting travel over the Semana Santa period. So you could be affected. I don't think it's very likely here in the Canaries, but it could happen. Union representatives are demanding better pay and working conditions. The airports to be affected are Alicante, Almeria, Barcelona, Burgos, Gran Canaria, Lanzarote, Madrid, Malaga, quite a few more, Valencia, and also Tenerife SOAR. But I've not seen or heard anything that is going to go on at Tenerife SOAR, but we could be wrong, so do bear in mind. Passengers have been advised to arrive for flights early to avoid any potential delays at security gates, and leave plenty of time to collect bags upon arrival. Earlier this month, Jet2 issued a warning to its passengers flying to Spain and posted a statement on its website saying, we want to let you know that ground handling strike action is taking place on February 27th through to the 13th of April on Mondays, Tuesdays and Thursdays, supported by the Swissport ground handling service in Barcelona and Lanzarote. So if you're off to Lanzarote, I think there's more chance of it affecting you. Tenerife, I don't think so, not too much. But it is important, just keep an eye on your flight. Do make sure you pop it in Google before you go to the airport, check it's all on time. But that is overall it from me. I think that was the main bits I wanted to run through. If I've missed anything important, let me know down in the comments. If you're new, make sure you do subscribe. I do bring all of the important information here on the channel. Hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down, whichever's better for you. And stride on. I will see you very soon for a next news update.